DC SuperHeroes Lego Bootleg / knockoff review set. This is Xinh take on most of the 60s Batman releases. Now, Pogo previously had a set where it was all the 60s stuff, including Batman, Robin, Bruce, Dick Grayson, Alfred, Catwoman, Joker, and the Penguin, so that's an 8-figure set. And then later they also released another DC set that included the 60s Riddler, which means that the only one that's missing so far from any bootleg set is Mr. Freeze. And now Xinh has released their set, and you can see in the middle right there is a Mr. Freeze. So that's great. If you're trying to get 60s related Batman figures, there you go. With this set sort of completing those bootleg figures if you need them. But that also means you're going to get quite a few repeated figures. In fact, most of these figures, apart from Mr. Freeze here, and this version of Batman right there, all of them have been previously produced by different bootleg brands already. And Mr. Freeze was a poly bag, but he's not the cheapest poly bag, but he's not that expensive either, so you might want to consider picking up an actual Mr. Freeze if you want to. This is Xinh set X0111. As always, Xinh always has a spare hand with the corresponding color, and they all come with a 4x4 plate there with a 1x4 stud going through the middle. Without even comparing the Joker and Mr. Freeze to the original ones, I can tell you right now the colors of the plastic is wrong. The saturation is a lot higher on these guys than they are on the original figures, and you know, on camera it might look fine, but if I put the official Joker right next to him, you can see that, look, the color, huge difference. It's much brighter pink on the bootleg, and the face is also a bit stretched, and the color is a bit darker. The hair color is also wrong. The hair color of this Joker is much closer to the regular Jokers, whereas the 60s version of him has a much more grassier green. Catwoman is a bit better because she's just painted on black and can't really get black wrong. However, her whip is, there's no hard piece at the bottom where she's supposed to hold it, so the entire piece is made out of the same rubbery material, which makes it a lot harder for her to hold this whip. Although the softer material on top there is nicer for the flicky motion if you want that to happen. Hat color on the Penguin's also on the other hand, this one's faded. Torso print's okay, and they've copied Xing sort of articulated short legs, so he's a bit taller than the official Lego one, and he can have leg articulation. Hooray! But his face has the issues of all the facial details being far too orange. Mr. Freeze as well. He's, like I said, he's far too saturated. And if I put the official one next to him, you can see the colors are all wrong on the plastic. Well, at least the print details are pretty good. And again, with the rubbery, and this entire whip piece is rubbery, so it was quite hard to push the back into this Freeze backpack gear. That's not focusing. There we go. And you see that the print details are also quite a bit different. The black lines are thicker, and it's the metallic coloring isn't quite as metallic-y. He's a lot darker. Here they are for the gear off, and by the way, I also want to mention that Penguin's umbrella is nowhere near long enough for him to hold properly when he's wearing the hat. As for Mr. Freeze, this piece right here, this bit is very, very loose. Not to the point where it falls off on its own, but if you're moving the figure around, pushing him around, that piece is most likely going to fall off. So it's quite annoying. Just fiddling with my hand has come off again. Oh, and then it just drops onto the floor. Boy, annoying. But I mean, all the pieces are there. If the original one had this piece, and it has it, so you can still build your own just fine. And the colors on the backpack itself is fine. Just the figures are a bit off. And yeah, I think the head's shaped because it's a bit more squarer than the official ones. And they do all have back print, so where they should have. None of them are missing any prints, so that's good. Actually, Joker's missing some side prints. On his legs there, yeah, the official one has side leg prints, and this one doesn't. It's not something I want to miss too much, but it is a bit different. Catwoman's second face is just wrong, hilariously bad. That's terrible. Here's what she's actually supposed to look like. It looks like a normal human being. Whereas this one looks like she's ingested Joker gas and something else, who knows. And the other Joker face, again, is a bit squished and just looks wrong. So, I'll tell you right here, the colors on Robin and the 60s Batman are wrong as well. So, overall, with all the 60s issues, I'm thinking that they never actually have the official figs to compare them to when doing these toys. I'm guessing they only had pictures online and tried to do it from there, because normally when, for example, this figure right here has no problems. It looks very close to the official one, and that's probably because they picked up the book and just got the figure out of it and just like, let's copy that. Because the book's not that expensive. The 60s Batman Batcave is pretty expensive, so yeah, they probably didn't have actual figures to copy of. Even Mr. Freeze one, the polybag, they're probably like, nah, let's just copy it from online sources. Oh well. So what you have here is a 60s Batman that's far more baby blue than the official one. And you have a Robin here where the green just looks completely off, and the face, look at that face. What's wrong with that? That's horrible. That's a really badly done face. And oh hello, classic Batman. I haven't seen that in a while. So, I'm sure your eyes are already drawn straight to this face right here. What the hell is this? They just gave it a standard skin face, skin colored brick there, and then just printed the bat face on it. It looks weird, looks wrong. It's just, what are they doing? Looks like Batman with a bandage going across the top of his head. And the next one here, what the hell is this? I mean, yeah, we already saw that face, but this is just ridiculous. This is ugly. And these two heads, these look fine. His print is also pretty decent. They're trying to print the lower legs, but it just looks a bit weird. And they did bother printing the sides of Batman's legs as well. I'm just gonna put down the back here. And the print details on the bodies at least looks kind of fine. But yeah, this, especially the arm, the face is just ghastly. And the arm print there, they tried to do the two-tone color thing, but they just slapped a bit of skin color on there. It just, I can't really look you in the eye. Actually, no, I can't even do that. You just look terrible. This Batman Beyond figure actually comes with an alternate Batman Beyond design on the back, which on one hand is kind of cool, but if you've seen Batman Beyond, you know he doesn't have a big cape wing thing going on, which just looks kind of tacky. With the white shadowing going on, looks very bootleggy. So the most part, just go see him like that, and yeah. So how are you gonna look at him in the back? It's like, oh, but you got two fronts. It doesn't make sense. Because nothing's gonna cover it. The Bat figure as well. The design's just gone a bit wrong here. I don't know. Deku and another brand have already done a Batman Beyond figure, so I'd skip this one. Xinh, you're usually quite good, but this isn't the first time that you've done a set like this. Occasionally they'll make a set that's pretty bad, and this one's pretty bad. Yeah, the only bootleg that people haven't copied yet, apart from them, is Mr. Freeze. So if you're getting this just from Mr. Freeze, then hooray, get this version. Pirate Batman has had another bootleg as well, so I just flew that stick across the room, oops. So you can get that version as well. But the 60s stuff and the Batman Beyond here, colors are wrong, faces and prints are wrong, details are missing, the gold on the belt's not gold on the 60s Batman, and yeah, I guess if you want something that isn't exactly like the one, if you really want the more saturated Joker, like I want it to be more glowing sort of, then this one's for you. And I also want to stress out that the articulation and the joints here, they're not that good, especially the hip joints. On all of these, it's quite easy to pull the body away from the leg joint. Penguin right here, only one leg is attached to the studs underneath, so he can come off. But let me get Catwoman in. It's not doing it anymore, but I swear the leg joints to the body to hip joint is quite loose on quite a lot of these, so it's going to get quite annoying and frustrating, especially Mr. Freeze. He's got that backpack that keeps popping off. So yeah, not a great set, don't really recommend it, probably give this one a skip. If you found this video useful or not, please let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please consider clicking the like button, subscribe button, and sharing this video with other people. Hopefully you can watch my other reviews on bootleg and official stuff without ad block. I would appreciate that a lot, because without the ads I won't be able to do this at all. And you can also support this channel on Patreon if you think this channel deserves to grow and put more effort and more time into it. And I also have an animation channel. I've done an animation recently. You can check that out on just the Digger318 channel and not Toy Reviews. And that too, I hope ad block is off. I would appreciate that a lot as well. And of course you don't have to do any of that. I'll see you guys next bat time, next bat channel. I totally messed that up, referencing and stuff. Damn it!